this is Joanna and welcome back to another video. And this video is for CAS-ual Friday and I'm using one of their stamp sets called Calm and Loving. And I really love this. This has so many great sentiments and I love the tree with the heart leaves. I think it's so beautiful. So I'm starting out with a standard size card base and then I have a card front in grey cardstock, just slightly smaller. And I'm stamping my tree trunk in Hero Art's soft granite ink. And if you don't have this one, you can stamp it in Versamark as well. It will get the same tone on tone effect. And then I'm stamping my leaves, or my heart leaves, and I'm stamping with distress ink. Normally I don't use distress ink for stamping, but I want to create a kind of loose watercoloring look today, so that's why I'm stamping with distress ink. And I want to have a second generation stamp as well, so that's why I'm stamping it one more time. But it was a little bit too light the first time, so I'm just inking up my stamp again. And then I'm stamping it off to the side really quick. Just to a scrap piece of paper. And then I have another second generation impression on the card. And this turned out much better. And I'm going to emboss the sentiment. So I'm using my Inkadinkado Magic Embossing powder bag to remove any static. And then I'm inking up the sentiment with Versamark. And it's so easy to line up the sentiments with this Fiskars stamp press. I just love that tool. I think that it's one of my favorites in my craft room. And I'm embossing this in silver. And this is the Hero Arts embossing silver embossing powder. And this is a really good embossing powder, I think, because this sentiment is very skinny and it's embossed really well. And in the stamp set there are also two hearts that are exactly the same size as the hearts, as the leaves hearts on the tree. So I'm stamping a few of the hearts on top of the already stamped hearts, so they get a little bit darker. So then it looks like I have 3 shades of ink, which I don't. So this is a really good way to stretch your ink pads. And now it's time to create the watercolor effect. It didn't turn out the way I planned in my head, but I do like the result anyway. So I'm using my Wink of Stella, and the Wink of Stella, the moist in the Wink of Stella activates the distress ink, so it's a little bit more runny. So I'm using my Wink of Stella on all of the hearts. And I'm going over them twice actually, but I didn't film that, so you don't have to see me do that, but I will go over them, all of them twice. And I hope that you can see the shimmer. It's so pretty in real life. And I want to have some more silver on the card, so I'm using my ink pad and I'm just smooshing it onto the edges of the card. And then I'm applying some embossing powder onto it. And I'm only doing 3 sides because I have to hold it somehow. So that's why I do 3 sides first, and then I do the 4th side. So I'm just melting all of the powder. And I think this is a really good way to frame the image. And to tie it together. So there is silver around the card, because I was thinking that I should have embossed some of the hearts on top of the tree in silver, but well, I decided to go with this instead to make a silver edge. And you know, when you are creating a card, especially when you are doing a CAS card, so you like you kind of like the card, but you think that something is missing. And that was I was going through here. So I pulled out my Wink of Stella again, and I painted the tree trunk with Wink of Stella. But I think it still is lacking something. I do like the look of it, but I think it's a little bit too plain even for a CAS card. So I pulled out my sequins, and these sequins are from Simon Says Stamp, and they are when you buy them, you get 3 different sizes. And I won't be using the bigger sizes today, I will only use the 2 smallest ones. And I wasn't sure how I was going to place them at first, so I just played around with them and found out what I liked the best. And normally I have a tendency to place them in a diagonal pattern, but I didn't like that on this card, so instead I put all of the sequins inside of the tree. So it looks like it has some sparkly blossoms or maybe some fruits or yeah, whatever. I think it looks pretty. And I decided to go with 3 of the medium size, and then there is a lot of small ones, because I think when you are working with design, a really good way to think is that if you have a triangular, if you have at least with embellishment, if you have 3 of one kind, that's very pleasing to the eye. So I have 3 big ones, and then I have scattered all of the small ones around them. And I will adhere them with the multimedia matte. And this is a really good glue, because if it oozes out on the side, this will dry matte, so nobody will ever know. And if you have a quick stick, it will be really good to use that right now. But I don't have a quick stick, so I'm using my tweezers, and it worked out fine. So I'm just adhering them all. I won't make you watch it all, so... And here they are, all adhered. And I made them also, I let them dry for about 5 minutes. And then I'm just applying them to the card. And then my card is done. So I hope that you liked it. And if you are interested in any of the supplies that I used in today's video, they are listed in the YouTube description down below. Thank you so much for watching, and take care. Bye!